Ooh, but it looks like we have a game ready.
But it looks like we're live.
Yeah.
It looks like we just see them roll out. You casual roll out, you know how it goes. They jump, do the thing, they shoot. The gamers at mid. Both soldiers really aggressive this mid, in fact. Look at this. And they're all up top, denying the space for soldiers. But that's not. They're going to drop down right now. Scout's still up top, ready. But it looks like the soldiers are going to take a scrap up top. Missing the rockets. Not really much happening this mid. Kind of just exchanging spam and all. Well, soldiers jumping. Oh, Arms hitting a nice rocket. On to Bunzer, I think it was. But doesn't matter. Chris going down to Karius' stick right there. Smear really weak. Get the clean up on him maybe. But both scouts are going on Tiger. Really weak. And just blue false spawn right now. Disky going down. That's Connor though. Good pick.
That's a huge one. They just need to keep Mark alive now, and they're all going on to defense. It's really close to choke. Is it enough though? No. The Tiger and Flash get completely destroyed. The jump comes in. That goes on Papi and Smither. Completely destroying them.
In on them and choke right there. That was some good stuff right there.
Yeah, definitely. Swift turning that around just last minute when Se7en was still close enough to them. Getting these late kills. Connor will have advantage with this as well, due to dying way earlier than Sark did. And that might make a huge difference. Late mid win, but about 20-ish%, a little bit less, 15 even. Not a huge one, not necessarily pushable, but it could just save his life if the bomb comes out at the wrong moment.
Yeah, I mean, it was a relatively easy, as you said, so there's not really much to worry about. Yeah, they're just probably going to wait, build it out, see what they can do. Change, maybe not. Oh, soldier jumping in high. God knows what he's doing. Probably trying to avoid sticks. He probably could have died if the sticks were there. So, bad.
Yeah, and this is where Swift is now required to do the most work here. Se7en is in the element in stalemate. Sure, they're a little bit on the back foot here. It's a tight scoreline, and they are on their own second, while Swift is on mid. So, Swift being the one here having to initiate is a tough task. They always struggle with this quite a bit. They've gotten better at it, but is it good enough? They're putting up a lot of pressure here. Before Stark has, and they're just threatening in this advantage without making a nice job of keeping the medic safe in the meantime as well, and just getting the second point relatively easily. Disky the only casualty in the process here.
Yeah, I mean, that was good pressure right there. They just walked in. Mind games, quite literally. Numbers were relatively even. There was only a few percentage points, but Chris really weak. Disky's is going to spawn in any second. No off classes. Actually, speaking of class, we have Tiger in off class. He's on sniper right now. Nope, maybe not going off class now. Yeah, probably going to go back. Yep. He's going Inji now.
That's actually surprising. It's even more stalemate. There's not too much incentive for Swift just yet to make some moves. True, having a sentry is good and all, but I'm still surprised to not see a sniper out of Se7en.
Yeah, I mean, I just expect it now. It's either sniper, Inji, heavy Inji, or pyro.
Yeah, but now the question is what Swift has to offer in like against this setup here.
Oh, it's not a Gully Grandview, sorry. That's the pyro strat there.
We'll see. They're not so far making any like dramatic moves. They're just hanging out outside lobby, seeing like time and time again into lobby what they can do from there, and contesting every once in a while as well. It's not going to be easy for them. As I also just realized a Disky on the contra, the conch coming out for the Roma once again. It's pretty uncommon to see the Roma being the ones for the banners here, but Se7en have opted to do so quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's mainly because of this, he's getting the spam off, he'll just be building that stuff up, which he has right now. He has the, well, he's actually running conch.
Yeah, exactly, he is the one getting the damage with that.
Oh,
doesn't need that much damage to get it off. Amps helping out a little bit, getting the Sambi, that's one pick, that's one scout down. Flash on sniper as well. Needs to make some magic happen. Preferably Connor, who had a tough day when it comes to sniper rifles so far.
Yep, he's not enjoyed the shots to the cranium, unfortunately, so just take it nice and he's holding really far back right now, but it looks like the Lash still on sniper. He's going to be watching lobby, but it's actually going to be standing in a little
let's see if they can make something work here. They don't want to go too aggressive though. The 170 pick didn't last long enough to really make any aggressive peaks happen, and it would be very un-Se7en-like to just like bust out of the gates here right away. Instead just opting to play it down careful like we're used to seeing from them.
We do have another sniper, that is Samzi on the other team. He's just going to be watching lobby himself. Sticks being cleared for him, make a bit of way for the sniper himself.
For all the struggles Swift had so far with the snipers against him, then Samzi has hit some nice shots as well, but Flash will be the one doing the work first here. Party down.
Conch being popped.
Disky going on a play all on his own, comes in here with the speed boost. Let's see what he can do with it. Connor dodges for his life. Survives for
so long, drop on him! Oh! What a There we go. That was the thing that Se7en needed to break the stalemate.
Yeah, just one good bomb. I always say that I'm not a fan of single sash with a banner, but if the other team just misses you because you're just ever so slightly faster than they expect, then sure, why not? It works perfectly fine for Se7en here.
Also, you get healing on hit.
Yeah, it's such a minor thing, but maybe it would have just saved his life there. You never know, as the push comes forward into mid from Se7en, they just need to preserve Stark's Uber here. Something that they struggled with against Brilliant Attack at SVIFT, a whole different team now, and works much better so far.
It's going
to take so much damage. Huge arrow by Connor to keep this demo man alive, however.
Oh my, there wasn't smear. Kadish on 3 HP right now. Oh my. What is he taking? Not drug-wise, but damage-wise. As we see them kind of take mid now. They do have big ad, or like 50% ad right now, which is big enough. They can work off this. They are in 1 right now, as well. Swift are in 1, but it looks like Se7en are ready to just kind of go in pathing, go backing out into last right now. It looks like giving the space to Se7en to cap second. It's like Chris getting cleaned up by Arms right there. Gets the clean up rocket now.
Yeah, and we're back to a little bit of a stalemate here once again. Even Uber's Internas, but on the opposite side of the map than we've seen so far. Of classes coming out as well. Both scouts going heavy and sniper respectively. Se7en doesn't respect it a lot. They just try to throw in the soldiers anyway, despite the heavy being on the field. Not too much success, but not a frag on them either. So classes will stay 6 on 7 for now. Nothing really Swift can do about it until some more moves happen out of Se7en. And a heavy comes back to spawn. Ghost Engineer funds here. Se7en still sniping. Trying to find some shots of zone.
Let's see what Samsy gets up to. Oh, Chris on Spy.
But that's interesting. The chief is just checking.
Yeah, he's just checking, probably.
Yeah, the stalemate has gone on for a little bit here, so just making sure at the very least might even go with it.
Yeah, but listen, he's not staying in Spy. Nope, he's not. They've got 3 off classes right now, so they don't want to. Oh, never mind. They're going to continue with the Spy, in fact. They don't expect 3 off classes.
But they also don't expect this hyper flying at Disky, but not quite enough, not even getting the sentry on the move here that couldn't deny him anymore. Nicely timed, but didn't hit his shots there. Chris now with a little bit of an opportunity to have a little bit of an easier entry here, less spam, less people to bump into. Gets his entry into second, sneaking his way in with the cloak and dagger. Notoriously slow, but you can take as much time as you need.
And that's what you need with Spy, time and distractions. Waiting for the right moment. But we do see them sitting out as Chris is wrapping around right now. He's kind of waiting, whips out the Spy. Oh no, the Lash is on Spy right now, checks, knows there's a Spy now.
So smart by Se7en.
Chris is in trouble now. Oh, he's checking himself.
But he won't see the Spy that checked him, he will only see a sniper. Assuming Flash checked for the Spy in the first place.
Yeah, if the Lash is cautious. Look at him, oh, he's taking pot shots. He knows he's there. It looks like they're all wary.
Yeah, that Tiger's looking back constantly as well.
Yeah.
They surely must know by now.
Oh, bye-bye, Chris. I don't know how those sticks will depth, but they will. But it looks like Chris going down as well. Samsy getting taken by Arms. There's 2 down on the side right now.
Arms not finding the entry he wants.
The Lash, the headshot.
Let's see if that's enough though. The Spencer goes down, but that's about it. Cadis overextends for it so far into the last point. Won't get anything for it. Sure, they got some kills onto Swift to afford losing some players, but maybe 2 is a little bit too much, especially with the demo man here.
Yeah, they're going to be popping the Battalion's backup this time. Coming through, headshot completely denied with the Battalion's backup. We'll see they're going to be jumping in, all going to be collapsing in on them. Scout really weak, they're going to spam out choke. Not much they can do there. The Battalion's backup couldn't save them. It looks like Se7en aren't going to take this without a fight. Smeary going down to last, gets the body shot on him, but Uber is still coming out. So they're going to take an exchange right now. And it looks like there's someone going in for a back cap. Doesn't matter, it was Tiger, of course, nonetheless. But they get the cap. Oh. And so it was Funds on Stark, he could get him. Oh,
and a huge fight by Cadis in this Uber to clean up.
But doesn't matter.
Well.
Chris comes
down. Chris with the jump, cleans up the medic. What else can they get? He needs some more Flash, hitting a headshot onto Chris. Se7en slowly but surely winning this fight. Cadis with 2 more pipes, cleaning up Happy Samsy. Not the only one really left in this fight whatsoever. Still takes a tomb though, doesn't want to back off. He doesn't want to give up the second point that easily and will win the fight to Cadis eventually.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Looks like we have a Disky behind, but Swift have got spawners, and he's going to get caught out by Funds and Chris. He's down by the Lash down sniper. He's going to be watching nice and patiently as they're going to be pushing back in. Soldier jumping, so Shutter's going to save his life there. But also they're all going to just be collapsing point. The Lash getting Pappy right there with a headshot from Toxic. Okay, and Tiger getting Samsy. They're going to back right out. Connor really weak. Dies to Arms and Tiger right now. Not looking too good on side of
Getting
SVIFT.
walked over right now by Se7en, and with 2 left on last, it's not going to be an easy time for them to defend this. They're trying, they have to, but it's going to be hard to get these spawns up on the field. Samsey can't be spawning any moment, but Funsensmither falls way too quickly before they can do anything about this. Se7en.
And that's a round.
Take a while, but they get the first round on the board.
1 round on the board.
Working themselves all the way from last to last.
Yeah, a 10-minute round. Not bad. So, where do you think this mid's going to go?
I don't know, it's going to be really interesting developments on the way here. Kate is trying to go as fast as he can, same with Smither. Kate is not quite hitting the one he wants, but you can adapt on that. You can go right side and take it a little bit slower.
You also like SVIFT overall this mid are a lot faster. You just see everyone ready. Going in for a high bomb, the soldier. Nah, he ain't going in for it. He was just baiting it out, I think. Looks like this is going in their PC. Chris for the week. No one will go down. Sam's actually going to go down into Adiski's rocket. When you see it. Adiski being, no, I'm sorry, being really weak.
Yeah, but with 2 down on SVIFT, yeah, and they don't want to oversay that. Welcome Papi does a little bit. Smither gets a revenge kill for his teammate, but how much can he still do? Hit some nice shots. But mid still has been lost regardless. The chase has been denied, which is really, really good, but mid already off the table here for SVIFT.
Yeah, Ubers, they did keep the Uber though, which is something that SVIFT really, really need. They're going to be in last. Unless they get their force, but they're going to be holding second. In fact, they do have only 3 up right now. They've got spawners right now, but there's only 3 in second. They're not letting Se7en take second for free. They go back to last. So it's just going to be classic hope. We do have Chris on spy again. No one in Se7en's going to check. See what he gets up to. And
let's see what happens in the stalemate. First on spy, like you mentioned, slowly making some moves here. Needs to find his entry through choke door, and that's a heavily contested point here, especially with some spam on the way. Se7en at the same time rotating back into PC, trying to make some work happen here. Kate is just leaving the charge, taking a lot of damage for us. Has some stick ready to deny people.
Chris is in. Oh, Chris is in lobby. Chris is in lobby. He tries to go for Starkey. Doesn't get the revolver.
Both roamers making plays at the same time. Maybe not quite on Soldier, but Spy and Soldier having been shut down here. Both teams' plays have been
we do have Arms coming in for the bomb. Completely shut down. Smeary with a plate. Fun's hitting the meat shot.
Really well done by SVIFT not letting anything through here. They don't have much of an opportunity though to make stuff happen with this. The spawns are slowly coming back in. Amps are still down. Still have 1 player at here. That is not a lot, but they need to take chances at some point.
They really need to do something. I mean, they're 1 round down at 17 minutes, and this is Se7en's map. They can fart about all they want, really. They can,
Se7en is back in prime position here to just play whatever style they want, and it's on SVIFT to make something happen.
Yeah, Se7en are basically dictating the pace of the game.
Yeah, for sure. SVIFT really get denied in a lot of their plays. Chris is trying to make some moves, but once again, people have eyes everywhere. Don't get through PC that easily.
Looks like waiting for someone to do something. No off passes, so hi. We're here. Oh, we do see. I think that was. Oh,
Se7en still taking some chances here as well themselves.
Papi. That was
Papi denying it straight away.
Couldn't see the name. STV, lol. We do see them. We do see. Oh, exchange. Chris gets a Adiski. He survives that exchange right there. Could have been in trade of the rocket hit.
And with Amps not quite back on the field, this might just be as good an opportunity as they come here for SVIFT. They need to make something happen of it as quickly as they can. Amps slowly comes back to the field. They're trying to make some moves, but the scout combo from Se7en is just way too good against them. Sansi Chris shut down early on. Papi as well, just getting walked over by Tiger. The floodgates have been open for Se7en. SVIFT is...
Kalash is going for the flank behind. He goes behind. He's trying to get the fight. Can he get corner? In fact, he's hitting. He's whiffed all his shots. Oh no.
Fun's clutching it once again, but everybody else had to give their life for it in the end. Uber has been preserved, second has been lost, Se7en have still an opportunity with a lot of people not quite on the field yet to make some moves onto corner regardless. And Ant's the one trying. How far can he get? Not too far before Samsey and Fun's team him down together. Yeah,
it looks like they're going to get out that Arms has now died. He's going to bother taking the fight. They know they can control the pace of the game. They know they can do that. No issue from them. They can kind of... Oh, that's speaking of which, Smeary's going to peek shutter. Maybe they're going to take an exchange.
And they need to make something happen at some point. Amps being down is at least a small opportunity, maybe not the one that I'm necessarily looking for, but
Cadis.
they're making moves nonetheless.
Crash hitting Tiger instead of Cadis. That's not the pick he wanted, but pick nonetheless. And Ubers are going to be exchanged. Lots of flashes
SVIFT as well. They have 2 picks, they have the better one in terms of time. Cadis being stuck behind lines, trying to delay things maybe. For the backup, coming in by Flash, and the back lines will get stopped by 2 people together. There's Hamzy and the Soldier as well. I believe Chris it was barely stopping that one as well.
Yeah, 7 spawns really late. Really late.
Taking this fight to the limit there to try to get the backup going. And with it fading, the spawns are, like you mentioned, completely off the table for mid anymore.
Yeah, they can't deny the second forward spawns, but they can at least get cat mid, get themselves forward spawns. But they do. Yeah, Ubers are even again. Spawn at the same time. But looks like a build both sides right now. Again, 7 dictate the pace of this game. Only 1 round so far.
Yeah, it's been a slow game for the most part here, but SVIFT the one struggling more so than Se7en. Sure took a long time to get going, but they got the round they needed to be able to be comfortable in these stamemates compared to SVIFT now, who are just hard pressed to make some moves.
Yeah, but it's like kind of just waiting. Someone needs to do something. I'm bored. I'm hungry as well.
Well, I was a little bit smarter than you. I already eaten something, so
Nah.
well, let's hope they did. I don't want this to just be decided by somebody just stepping up and getting some food.
I don't think I'm allowed to talk about why I'm hungry. But anyway, doesn't matter. We see them kind of, you know. Ooh, Katie's been a peek and choke a wee bit there. Samsy is on sniper right now. He probably is spotted. He is on top. Just kind of waiting for someone to be a little bit too aggressive. Try and get the headshot. Head off. Clean off. Bye-bye.
Well, won't be that easy as some hack is happening. Sort of just jumping through into PC, maybe hoping to bait somebody forward. We've seen it time and time again. So far, not much happening with that. However, Samsy can't quite find the shot he needs to make something happen with it.
We do have the lashing sniper as well right now. See him hit, I think he had a shot on Smeary there, but literally wasn't the headshot he needed. I hear screaming. Oh, body shot onto the scout there, 150 damage. Fun's really weak.
Yeah, Samsy as the body shot master, fond of hitting those, but it needs sometimes a little bit more than 150 damage, unfortunately.
Yeah, looks like they're going to be taking it sewers this time. Everyone's there. Now that Arms is spotted on going in, they're going to need to play really safe. There's a sniper holding quite far back. Oh, but the shutter's going to be holding. Sticks are going to be cleared. Oh, the lash. Get the shot at Pappy. Oh my. That was like a pixel shot right there, man, when the shutter closed. Jesus. It looks like one down on the side of SVIFT right now. Spawner's going to come pretty soon though. The Flash is going to be peeking a little bit more aggressive and choke, as he does have that space. As Samsy is just behind PC right now. I think you need to be careful. There's Karius walking too aggressive for his own. Karius getting absolutely destroyed.
Crucial pick for SVIFT Ammoman down main caller down for that matter. Will make life a little bit easier here. Let's see if it's enough though.
Yeah, not the best play coming out of it. He played the waiting game and it worked out. And this he's going to be in. Oh no! Starkey, bit too close to call.
And the sniper's just trying to hit the bigger shot here against one another. So far, it's just not amounting to too much. Every time somebody gets a shot off, even if it's a nice one against Cadis, they just can't do enough with it. 7 again making some moves themselves here. Wormer down. Let's throw ours in as well. This get unsuccessful, but they seem to be able to afford losing him as long as it's the only thing that happens in these stalemates.
Yeah, it looks like now that this is down. Flash with the bind. We're going to see them sure once again. So it's going to be peaking toxic this time. Starkey might. Oh, it doesn't matter. Ham's going to bomb in, deny him. Because Starkey's on point. He is flying away right now, but the soldiers are going to be rotating their positions as it happens. So deny the soldier. He's going to get sniper. Sorry. He's just going to get out. No, it's not worth the risk. And we'll choke again.
Yeah, stalemate will continue once again, and the longer this goes, the better it is for 7. Any time off the clock is good, as long as SVIFT really is just not able to do anything about this stalemate. So they are just happily taking this slow game here.
Oh, the lash getting Smeary right there. Nice pick. That will give probably 7 the momentum.
Yeah, now 7 can show them how much the demo pick in these sort of stalemates can do. Yeah. Falash sniping a disky, flying in, and spamming in as well, and Falash.
Oh, hey, hits the body shot, gets the drop. Oh my, but it looks like now that 7 have Uber ad, player ad, they have no reason not to go in.
Well, player ad not quite. Sure, they have the heal ad right now, but Adiski's still down. That's lacking a little bit of firepower. Maybe they just opt to play it safe here. Purely off the Uber ad. Connor spawns just now. And it's all the way back at second. So heals are not on mid yet. Any sort of damage matters quite a bit more. Samsy's still sniping and he has his eyes on the target, but Se7en playing it safe, just popping the Uber around the corner. Not taking any chances here, but they also won't find anything with it easily.
Wait, why is your monitor 144 Hz from main, isn't?
Maybe you need to set it up in Windows.
Good shout.
Either way, the game will continue and Ubers remain even. Se7en, obviously, just like we saw, used really preemptively to just stay safe on mid. We'll get on the midpoint, not much else. And once again, stalemate continues, and in some ways I feel like they expected this outcome here. They kind of just hoped for the stalemate to continue in a little bit more of a comfortable position, now being on mid.
Yeah, looks like I'm going to relax. I'm going to put my hand off the keyboard. I don't need to press any buttons. I can just literally use my mouse. It's fine.
Se7en holding really far back as well on the left side. They're not taking any chances to have Stark anywhere close to the sniper sideline.
Yeah, no chance. Do you know what Samsy can do? He has a sniper after all. Karius, going to get Samsy. He gets the third sticky, and that's Samsy down. That's a lot of space opened up. And they're all just going to flood into choke now as we see Arms ready to get a nice rocket off. Ready, probably jumping any second now as we do see some soldiers. Oh, the last one out of Smeary's sticks here. They've lost one player. They don't want to go in with this. And there's the pocket scout as well. Kind of being a bit cautious, but
Puppy going so aggressive in sewers. Tiger takes the fight to him. Adiski getting cursed as well. And Smirre will fall as well, like we've already seen. 3 down for SVIFT. Se7en is just taking this second point completely for free, and all of this just off of like really mild aggression after the sniper pick.
Yeah, it's like they know how to play their advantages, even if it's small. But we do see Arms going in for corner right now. We do see Adiski as well. He pops. Flash comes out now. That's going to give Se7en a nice Uber ad.
And the heavy was just ever so slightly too slow out of spawn to deny any of that from happening. And he just had to watch it happen in front of his eyes.
Feels bad, man. It looks like we have the lash back on Sniper. He is in sewer. Oh, that's a replay. That's a replay, sorry. Whoopsies. That's a bit yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if it's a good shot, it's a good replay, so.
Yep.
We're just waiting for everybody to be back up on Se7en in the meantime while that happens, since they are the ones who Uber here. Just needing everybody back on the field, back in lobby, to have this push be as good as they possibly can. But it takes time. Connor getting closer and closer to Uber, so they need to make moves quickly here.
Yeah, they're going to start using Rin right now as the sentry does go down. They milk that a wee bit, but they need to focus the heavy. His arms gets completely shut down now. And
so much time on the point. Everybody has to drop to it, and Se7en are the ones dropping first here. Smirre Fun's doing great work of everybody. Kadius last one to fall. Full wipe for Se7en on this last push. Playing the point really optimistically, but maybe just a bit too early. Too many people able to deny them.
Yeah, need to focus a lot more, put more damage before going on at the point. But they were all the way SVIFT were positioned. It was going to be hard for them to do anything because he already dropped down at the point and they had a heavy there. So it's not really much they can do. They do take second off them. Kadius is not going to get force spawns, unfortunately, at mid, but he's going to get force spawns at second. But the lash getting Connor.
Once
nice
again,
pick.
Fanash sniper plays. Turning up for Se7en when required.
Gets Chris as well. Oh, looks like
3 more to go. Kadius gets Samsy with a nice pipe. Bunts the Puppy from up front and behind, pressuring them so much, but it's just not enough. Stark survives with just about 50 HP, gets the pack as well, just to keep himself healthy. And we had a wipe, now we have another one. All the way back to SVIFT's last, it will go.
Yeah, Se7en shown that their aggression can be something to be reckoned with. They can slow down and get heavy again, picked right off the bat, the last being super aggressive.
And that is such a crucial pick up, especially after the last push went here. And just not having to worry about something like a heavy anymore makes life so much easier. And they already are in, they don't even have yet, but SVIFT just can't stop them. The spawns come in too late. Stark is so far in with this team already.
Jumping in, Arms getting a clean up rocket on the corner there. Flash going down. No, there are more players. They have heal and they have Uber right now. The Uber's going to come out, keep it nice and secure. They do are 2 down on the side of SVIFT right now. The lash is down. Soldier gets spy boxed and kills himself. But there's only a scout
but
there.
Se7en has just not played the point so far. Kadius' pipe coming out late, but not too late. Clutching it out there in the end. They neglected the point for so long during that. Just banking on this Uber and just nothing fell to it early on.
Yeah, 5 minutes left remaining. It is possible for SVIFT to get another 2 rounds, but with the pace of this game...
Yeah, SVIFT needs to find the turbo button on their controllers if they want to make this happen anymore.
Could you stop pressing your analog keys, like slowly? Press it really hard. Oh, nice air stick on it. Chris right there. Katie's predicting that one right there, I think. With the arms messing up his bomb right there. Not really much was going to come from that, but we do see the last getting Chris as well. Soldier, oh, Pappy really weak right now. Funds is weak himself. Everyone's quite weak. There are 3 down right now. Smear, Chris, and Funds all down. They're going to get out through sewer. Maybe. Oh, Arms going in for the bomb. Doesn't get it. We see everyone else going in.
There we go. Connor falls eventually. 70, the only one left alive on his team. Technically Chris as well, but he's the spawner, and SVIFT just made it so hard for themselves on that mid fight. They just all bunched up on the right side, high ground, trying to take space away from Se7en. Se7en just didn't care. They just spammed him on the high ground. Everybody took a lot of damage, and they were immediately forced back again.
We do see Chris and Spy. They're not checking for Spy either. They probably... Oh, oh, why would you decloak there? He taunts as well. Tiger with a BM this LAN is...
Yeah, for sure. Tiger being really confident. Let's see if it pays off so far. In this game it does. After another last push happens here so far, they've been hit and missed a little bit, but the ones that went through counted really heavily. And so far only Papi is a casualty as the Uber fades. One player ad, but they just play the point. It's SVIFT just too passive about it. 3-0 for Se7en.
Yeah, it looks like no one really knew what to do there. As Tiger just walked on the point.
It's like the exact opposite of in the round before, where SVIFT just really nicely denied the point, and now just nothing came of it.
Yeah, but this is probably going to be the last, if not second to last mid. One of the 2. But we do see Chris going in. Oh, someone misses their shot. Feels bad, man. Could have been a frag move they shot, but it looks like he's not going to get it. We do see, oh, Chris being quite aggressive already onto Kadis and that. But Tiger going down off the bat. Smeary going down as well to Flash. Doesn't matter. We do see, oh, Fun's getting a disky as well. A good picks coming out from SVIFT right now. They're going to bomb in. Pappy getting to Lash just like he's going to get the med misses there. Shot Starkey with his surfs. Oh my god, doesn't matter. He's going to go down, but that's a wipe.
That was a really good mid fight by SVIFT. They like switched around from right side to left side, but at the same time, at every single moment, they coordinated their plays really well, figured out who they want to shoot. Sure, Smir died early, which might be a tough one to come back from, but they just have to focus fire at every single moment of the mid fight.
Yeah, Se7en are just ready to hold. They are ready. They've got the NG up. They've got everything, but Smeary on the lock and load.
Yeah, interesting loadout here with Smir.
He's not running crits though.
Yeah, that's a little
they're going to
but
use
they
an early
did get Stark, so it doesn't really matter. The Uber comes out for last, and they can clear the sticks so much easier now with it as well.
Oh yeah, but they're all going to bait the point in fact right now as Chris and Smear are together, and Chris really weak. No focus in the heavy. Ty going down. Starkey going down to Chris right there. Adiski, doesn't matter, he's going to get him there. But Se7en are all weak. They're all a bit really weak, only like a shot away. Connor's going to die. Gets Minecraft. Yeah, a pickaxe action going on.
Yeah, that is pretty much the nail in the coffin as well, with 2 minutes 20 left on the clock. 3-0 lead the moment Se7en caps this point. It's pretty much curtains for map 1 for SVIFT. They had to bank on this one working, and sure the damage was there, but the cleanup just wasn't enough.
Yeah, Sam's a sniper last 2 minutes. See what you can get up to. You just get walking choke right now. Bit a bit aggressive. Ooh, can I get the med? Can I get it? Can I get it? Oh, doesn't get it. But they're all down. There's only 3 up. Because Smear waiting on Tiger. Oh, can he get the snipe? Oh, hits Starkey with a lock and load right there. Doesn't get this follow-up pipe though.
Well, for SVIFT, it's just all about not losing all momentum here. They can't just let it all slip away. Get completely 5 out in the last few minutes and try to just walk it off for the second map. They just need to stay focused, really.
That should be a it's going to be, you know, stalemate. Not stalemate, it's going to be a hold right now from Se7en. They do have Uber, and they're just going to probably use Wise, but SVIFT are being aggressive in lobby right now, as they're ready to probably push in any second. If they do get Uber, Fun's really, Sam's really 5 HP, gets the pack just in time, and an arrow. Wow, good stuff there. Pappy and both soldiers weak, but Uber's going to come out in Se7en. They do get the force, but it doesn't matter. Force coming out from Arms as well, and they're going to walk straight into last. Heavy is not going to work. They see everyone on point. Soldiers jump. Tiger and that Kadis going down. In fact, Fun's going down to Lash. Doing work with the heavy. Oh my, he's going to get focused down right now. There's 3 people on him. Med gets the shot. Oh, it's only Med v Samsy. Who's going to win? Oh, come on. Come on. Oh. Hey! Starkey gets the arrow, connects, and that's it. That's a wipe.
And that might just secure the scoreline as well. Swift was just really keen to get at least one round on the board here, but
Happy just one rockets them.
Yeah, but with 25 seconds left, these little funny moments might be nice to look back on, but they won't change what has been decided. Se7en, the winner of map 1 CP process here.
Yeah, it is, but unfortunately Swift can go for one last push, and they are going to try it. Smeary, 7 HP, as he does get the sentry with the Lochel node, and Smeary going down in fact, funds, getting a disc cave. This is not looking, Carey's actually going down in fact, it looks like the scout is going to be the Starkey dodging, doesn't matter, and that's process to, yeah, 7. That was, how did you enjoy the game?
It was interesting to see. It might not have been like a huge fast spectacle by any means, but it was nice to see Se7en come back into the element, being able to control the pace of the game like we're used to seeing them. And as unfortunate as it is for Swift to just be stuck on these stalemates for so long, to just eventually fall to like minor things, like a small slip up by a corner to get a headshot, for example. In the end, Se7en just did it all really well.
Yeah, look at the lash this game, man. 2098 in the logs. Ooh. He's doing work. Obviously, probably cleanup, but you know, it's not even cleanup. He's doing all the damage, man. Top damage. Oh my!
Fanash is putting in the work this LAN.
Yeah.
Definitely happy I have him on my fantasy team for sure.
I never picked him.
Well, that's where your team went down.
To be fair, it's half of a meme and half kind of like I did it drunk. So, whoopsies. But it looks like we do see the Lash top scoring. He's highest DPM as a scout, but it was only 250. But it was a slow game altogether.
And he was the sniper as well, so you know even in stalemate he's the one to do stuff compared to
9
Tiger,
headshots.
for example, on the bottom as a flank scout. Yeah, 9 headshots is great. That in itself is a lot of damage already.
Yeah,
but like in contrast, just look at Tiger, who just suffers in these stalemates in comparison. We saw like the feint game on Badlands, for example, where he was actually able to be allowed to do things. Not so much with Swift here, not so much with this matchup, and it really goes to show that it suddenly all comes down to flash in these stalemates instead here for some maps maybe.
Yeah, because Lash is, you know, I would say he's the main scout. Tiger's an amazing scout nonetheless. There's no doubt about that. He is a good scout, but he's a more aggressive flank scout rather than one who like Lash.
If the game just doesn't really allow for it, and he just has to hold himself back and for the better of the team. And as we see, it certainly is justified with the results like these.
Tiger did get 16 assists, to be fair.
Yeah, that's still not bad. He did damage where it counted, when it counted it as well.
Well, so we can check medics if you want, the med stats. That's always fun to look at. But we can look at Starkey completely out healing corner.
That is a big difference, yeah, for sure.
And it's 7 Ubers, not bad.
I mean, Connor would have had more if he didn't drop 3 times.
And Delash, only with 20%, he was getting top damage like that. Not bad.
Well, I mean, there wasn't a lot of building in these stalemates. The stalemates already started with 100%, so there wasn't much need to put a lot of focus on him. He just could either just watch things deny jumpers on Scout or switch back to Sniper, and just only needed heals when he went for an aggressive shot, maybe.
Yeah, Swift. It was a good run. But now we're on Granary, aren't we? We're
Granary being their pick as well, so they have some confidence in this map, it seems at least. Or you would hope so.
I'm going to try and switch this to 144 Hz. You can do your thing. I'm getting sickness doing this.
Try for Plunk trying to fix his issues there, but in the meantime, we're moving over to CP Granary as the next map. I haven't seen a lot of Granary this LAN whatsoever. I feel like Sunshine has even become a little bit more popular than Granary at this event, which is strange to see, but people have warmed up to Sunshine a lot more, it seems. Granary slowly falling out of favor, maybe. I don't know. Swift definitely relying on it, so it will be interesting to see what they have to offer here. Definitely not a weak 7 map by any means, and
I don't get 144 Hz. I'm annoyed.
Looks like I picked the right chair here.
Game, I'm sorry. You feel? Love you, Shwee. That's his band.
No 140 Hz for you.
Can we swap?
No, I already have my contract.
Actually, I don't like that HUD. I want to stay here.
To be honest, I don't like this HUD either, but it's not my choice. I just
who's logged on right now?
I don't know. It's Evilly, I think.
Check. few old friends. Eatplay. Is this Eatplay's HUD?
Well, we officially can say we don't like Ipli's HUD.
Eatplay, you have a bad HUD.
I mean, it doesn't show the belly gun, so that's already a huge issue. Like, it shows the percentage, but not which one.
You can't do that anyway with normal HUD. That needs to be on.
Well, yeah, but you can have it in your config and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can, but...
So I put the blame on Ipli there.
Yeah, true. No, you do see it. It's in the corner.
No, yeah, I see the percentage, but not which medigun it is, so I always have to look at the other screen to see if it's good or not.
I just use my brain, spec the medic.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I can rely on my HUD normally.
See, that's a long name. I don't quite like Hale's own Killstreak Bloodbot Killer Medigun Mark 1. That's quite a mouthful to say. I mean, Valve really pushing the names on when MVM came out. More strangers are good though. Just waiting for a load in the server. How do you think this map will go? Any predictions?
I don't know. It's Swift's pick, but I don't think it's a bad map for Se7en whatsoever. So I still think they can win it for sure. Maybe a little bit closer though. I'm gonna give Swift the benefit of the doubt a little bit and say it's gonna be a 2-1 win, 2-7.
If this is if Se7en win this, then that's them to the grand finals, which is
where the big boys are waiting already.
The big boys are waiting, and the B. I can't see that one game. I can't. I'd love to, but I can't. But you know, we do have the Froyo boys waiting. The BM yesterday coming out from them. See you in
well, Se7en's already warming up their BM for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Tiger's already. he's mastered that already.
Yeah, for sure.
He's down at a T. But yeah, I'm the same. I think this is going to be 7 no matter what. They do have the straps on this map. They've lost to Froyo on this before. A rewind, the first one. If I remember correctly, came out down to the wire.
Yeah, but definitely that was a really close game back then. But
that was when
different story, different teams.
Yep, that is true. But it was good though, because it was a close game.
Yeah, for sure.
For like one map, I think. Yeah, no, it was all quite close relatively.
Well, Swift needs to pull something magical off you to have at least some close games here with Se7en so far. Struggling quite a bit to do anything about these stalemates, really. Like even on the even after the first round or in the first round, before Se7en even had the lead, they already played so confident in the stalemate, in their ability to just do something eventually, that they weren't even scared at all by the fact that they were on the last, they were on the second. They weren't quite in control of the map. They just kept on playing like they had the lead already, and just slowly and surely eventually came into the owner.
Yeah, I mean, Se7en are probably going to have the same presence on this map.
Yeah, it's enemy as well, so...
Yeah, it's soldier heavy. Not saying that, Swift have bad soldiers by any means. They have really good soldiers.
It's going to be tough, though. They need some good coordination. There was this one mid from Swift that, in my eyes, was really great. It was later on, I think, the last one maybe even, where they had some really nice coordination. If they can pull stuff like that out here consistently, maybe even because it's the map pick, they went here in the first place. So if they have anything like that, it's their time to show it for sure, because we know how good Se7en solis can work together if they just want to.
Oh, yeah, bastard. Drop my water.
It's not going to get any easier from here. The only thing that's a little bit better for Swift, I'd say, is that they have to deal with less flash sniping. Sure, on last and into last, for sure it's going to be a thing, but from mid to second positions, there's not going to be too much of that, I believe. And if they are more comfortable in sniperless stalemates, that's something that's going to help them out quite a lot here.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what Flash can do in this map.
Yeah, the scouts are certainly tasked a lot here. It's like a spam-heavy map. Small entrances everywhere that you can just get stuck in and not do the kind of thing that you can do on closest.
Yeah, it's where last and the transition between mid and second is where scouts really shine.
Even on last, it kind of depends on how well the rest of your team can help you out, deny enemy presence on high ground, where otherwise the soldiers would just stand about, do their thing, spam down, and be relatively safe from the scouts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Pappy has joined the game. Hell yeah, yo, Pappy.
Yeah, everybody's slowly coming back here.
Looks like they're just waiting.
Hopefully they're not letting us wait too long this time.
Let's hope there's not a 2-hour delay.
Let's hope we're not getting kicked out of the venue.
Nah, I'll be getting kicked out. I was kicked out last year.
That
was because I bought the wrong ticket.
Ooh, never mind. It's then.
I was no. Right, yes, listen, if I can handle what I did yesterday, then cool. You know what I mean? Whoopsies. Wait, were you there yesterday for the after
A little bit.
the stream ended?
A little bit, not too long.
I was here at like 4. But
People slowly joining. I believe we have 10 on the server. Fun's on the wrong team. Somebody please tell him. Which means that we're missing 2 7 players.
maybe this is when Funds joins 7.
That would be a strange turn of events. That would also be a weird choice considering they already have like 3 of the best scouts in Europe on the team.
Yeah,
I don't think getting a 4th one will make things any easier.
I think I said to Funds yesterday, he's one of the most consistent scouts.
that can certainly be true.
Like, just
sure.
it's not like the magical fancy 103 meat shots, just like the 30s, 60s. Over time, they add up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and incredibly good on the pocket scout roll as well.
I forgot the quote again. Something anyway. It's some old mad quote anyway. Small wee things add up to big things. It's usually for money. Those are happy gamers behind us.
Yeah, that's where
we'll be happy gamers.
Yeah,
soon.
that's where the big game will happen later on the big stage here.
Yeah, wow.
Where a lot of things just have happened over the course of this just whole LAN event, not just TF2, but in general, Insomnia63.
Yeah.
There's always something going on at the big stage. Later on, it will be us with the grand finals. I believe Warren Kermit will be the one casting that.
Yeah, Warren Kermit are in the grand finals.
Yeah, Tech is waiting, just happy to deliver their best performance against whoever will come out victorious here. So far, Se7en looking the ones to be making it, but hey, Swift's map pick is still to come here, so if there's any map they need to win, it's this one.
It is, and we're going to Gully Wash, which I quite like that shot.
Gully Wash, if it comes to it, would be really interesting to see because Se7en struggled quite a bit with it for like the first 15-20 minutes against Tech against it. So, and compared to Process as well, which has been twice in a row, really, really close again between both of those. It seems like they're much more vulnerable on it compared to Process, it seems, and Process slowly becoming one of the stronger maps, unlike in like previous iterations of the team where it was Gully Wash and Snakewater, and Snakewater now outright banned as well.
Yeah, I'm going to put the water down there. This time I'm not going to spill over me. Someone better not have clipped that. Honestly.
Ooh, looks like we have people on the server. They just need to want to play.
Yep. We just need to say ready. I think producers need to give the green light to the gamers console. Don't know who console is.
I know who console is.
I see him in chat all the time, but I don't know who
He's
console is.
He's probably in Twitch chat right now.
Damn, not that console.
Like posting weep emotes.
Yeah, damn, top it. Yeah, never mind. Let's just move on. That was bad. I would blame it on my sister, but that was you. That was your fault. The gamers can go when they're ready, because we're ready, and that's that.
They just need to want to be ready, and that's like one of the biggest issues in the game. People want to spend as much time in pre-game as they can.
We're having some wholesome chat right now. Saying that they appreciate each other's frag videos.
Yeah. Connor being like really happy about getting Ashot there, which, I mean, that's one way to approach the game.
Kill them with kindness. I was going to have a joke there, but I don't want to say that. Never mind. Bit too early for that joke right now. I'll wait till I'm drunk.
Ooh, I see something that is a little bit out of the ordinary here, though, and we expected it out of Snakewater more than Granary. But I see Stark on Soldier, a Disky on Medic in pre-game.
That's a yikes from me, dog.
That is certainly something. It's really hard to tell if it's like because of the like class switch in the team, or if it's just a map thing on Snakewater that made it so close in the first place against Feint yesterday. So I think if there was any doubt if it was the class switch or not that caused the issues, it will be definitely revealed here on this map.
Yeah, because I said yesterday it probably was the map that probably masked a Disky switch.
Yeah, it was a really, really slow game. Se7en had a lot of control for a lot of the time.
You want to be a laugh? A Disky made grand finals.
You never know, you never know. They already pulled it out twice here, and we are in the knockout stages, so you know they're already playing with fire, doing it in the first place.
I mean, fire's nice. I like watching it.
Well,
you know what I mean? But I don't like playing with it though. It's really hot. I don't like touching it. I bumped myself one. I've got a not fire, although very hot iron caught me when I was younger. I put it, the tip of an iron, I put it in like that. It was lying down, I did that, and I caught my there. So there you go.
I mean, most TF2 players tend to not be too fond of fire.
Yeah, TF2 players are not very, like,
yeah, not
especially
very
me.
fire friendly.
That's why I'm here. You're the big brain.
Well, no, the big brains are in the game right now, trying the hardest to make it happen.
How are you not a big brain? You spend like half your life on demo reviews. you have like the biggest brain I've ever seen.
Well, yeah, but have you seen me actually bring it into a game?
Yeah, I've seen your rocket jump.
Yeah, but I was just trying to figure out the config. And didn't actually get anywhere on the map.
Chief, that's with some easy jumps.
Yeah, exactly, because my config was not right.
Chief, just like move your mouse, it's not hard. Forehead. Like, you know, like, who needs sense? What do you mean muscle memory? You have your brain.
If only the game would be that easy. Actually, no, let's not go there, because that would be a lot more boring.
We'd be Overwatch then.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
Not really.
Well, we're still here
Can
waiting for
Clockwork
people.
come back? I want him back.
Probably not, no. Well, I doubt that will happen any moment. Yeah.
I want
so
someone to beat from.
Benny has to do with himself on Scout and Eric, who arguably both have done perfectly fine. So, you know, who needs Clockwork when you can just do it yourself?
Yeah, Benny definitely doesn't need Clockwork.
Well, that's some old stuff you're bringing back there.
Whoopsies. But it looks like Barry's probably going to kill me after these.
I mean, if you keep going, for sure.
I'm here for a Magi, no Sajin, so it's fine. They're asking for a second. Or now.
Se7en is ready. It does look like they're going to stick with Adiski, Medic, Stark on Roma. Going to be interesting to see how that works out. Snackwater was a slog of a game against Paint Gaming in this sort of setup here. I'm surprised if it goes any better here. As Grumpy just walks by.
But we are live.
Ooh, we have a game on our hands. CP Granary it will be for map 2 between Se7en and SVIFT in the losers finals.
Water nearly fell out my mouth there. But let's get going. We see Kairos is going to be up top this time. Smear on the low ground, going to take back. See how this works out. We see what the soldiers get up to. That's the most important part. We see Arms going in for the bomb. Gets Connor right off the back, just like that. And he's down, out for the count. And they're all, oh, never mind. This ain't good. Kairos going down. Adiski getting out though. It looks like a Tiger and Samsey take a fight. Doesn't matter, he's going to win. Looks like Tiger might be going on Smear. Smear hitting the pipe. Ooh, I would go for the taunt. That could be important
fun since Smith is still around, being an annoyance to Stark and Adiski here. The two people we just spoke about so much. The last one's alive after this mid-fight. Need to make it count. Adiski can't afford to die here. They got Connor. Keeping him alive is the win condition later on once they have the numbers back up.
Yeah, looks like they are there. They're walking back into mid right now. They're going to probably go for Smear. Smear stuffs the rocket. Doesn't matter. Starkey connecting the final one to get the frag right now.
Ooh, another big rocket by Stark.
Bye.
Taking down
See
as
you
well
later.
With that. Both of them just staying on mid, capping it out. We will just waste some time for Se7en. Sure, that will still happen. But by losing their lives, they make it all the easier to get into second now.
Oh my, this is...
Ooh, Chris still on mid as well, just trying to delay things even more. Risking his life, takes his own back into second again with half HP, so he will stay alive for now.
Yeah, the Uber ad is slowly dissipating or going away. Entropy. Beautiful. But we do see Samsey on Sniper close. But they do get the Uber.
Exchange on both sides, but much better one technically for SVIFT. Timers, and they get the pigs as well. Amps down. Flash down as well.
Starkey, Adiski misses the arrow. Smear going to clean him up as well. Oh no, not looking good for Se7en right now.
Se7en getting forced so much earlier made all the difference there. SVIFT with the much better Uber just had all the time in the world to chase down people. Made it count. Starkey is still not up back on the field. 4 people to defend this mid with, and with Tiger already down, there's not much of an incentive to try anything on mid here.
I don't know what happened, but the fight he was taking, he must have been.
Oh, there we go. Little replay as well with Adiski. And
yeah.
Stark Bomb coming in and just insane rocket by Stark on 2 HP as well. taken down immediately after, but he made it count. And with this little bit of waiting over, Swift is slowly but surely clawing their way closer to the Übercharge, as well as drawing closer to the second point, just taking it over the left side or Lunchbox to get in there.
It's like Se7en are going to be backing off a wee bit.
Smooth walks into the sticky trap, wanted to just check it, but Cadis saw it coming.
Not looking too sharp there, Chief, but it looks like Soldier's going to be suffering the rocket out to Sharp. Get him nice and healthy, you know what I mean? Se7en probably going to be a bit more aggressive in this hole now that they got Smeary gone.
Yeah, and the Uber advantage is gone as well for Swift with that, so they can take a lot more liberties here. And Amps and Scout as well on Z are the ones to do it. Stark in Lunchbox as well, moving back for once a little bit after being a little bit more aggressive before. Papi has eyes on that now, and with that we're back to what we expected, a little bit more of a slower game here, a little bit more stamemates.
Yeah, we do see them now just kind of stalemating now. They're just kind of waiting for someone to mess up. We do see the last checking something on Spy, probably off class or the med gun they're running, and it's going to be Uber, no doubt. Yes, it's that long name that I'm not going to pronounce.
Yeah, and all vanilla classes as well. 2 Sollies, 2 Scouts, a Devil Man, a Medic, nothing out of the ordinary here that they need to be afraid of. And Swift is making some moves against Dark in Lunchbox, taking a lot of damage to both soldiers there, and they chase him down as well in the end. Couldn't get far back enough in time. That's a starter play for sure. How much can they get out of this though?
Yeah, Se7en not taking it, and they're just kind of holding back. Swift not going in on this. They went out. Never mind, they're going to come back in. Uber's just going to come out. Exchange is happening. Looks like he's not really going to be getting it. Arms does get Pappy right now. Good stuff there. But looks like getting out right now. They lose Chris as well. Not looking too shabby now. They're going to probably take the fight. There's 2 Scouts in the demo. Cade is absolutely jumping in, trying to get something. Sticks hit. Can he hit the shot? Hits the shot and Smear. Oh my. Can he get Connor though? Doesn't look like he can. He's going to die to funds though. Oh,
move forward. It's happening. The hardest. Se7en eventually breaks through. They were delayed by a soldier on the right side for so long to move over to the left side of Yard. Cade is a little bit early with his jump. Sure, found some success onto Smither, but was left alone for quite a long time. Still, eventually they found to move forward. Papi finds his way behind at the same time here, though. Gets all the way back behind them.
Yeah, it was Papi goes down to Hams right there. He was running away, but looks like Se7en now taking it back. Let's
see what that Se7en can do with this advantage. 50% advantage just about, with Papi still down. One less thing to worry about coming into the second point. Ideally, just want it for free and without having to use. Let's see what Swift can do about it.
Yeah, looks like they're kind of just Uber has equal on both sides right now. But we do have a fun sniper coming up right now.
Yeah, Swift is staying really far back. They don't want to overextend here, get caught into this Übercharge of Se7en. So they played really passive, give up the second point relatively quickly. Fun some sniper putting up a defense for the last point though, and that might just waste enough time for Connor to get his Übercharge up.
Yeah, he was actually going to go for Cadis, but the last jumped in the last second. Looks like the stars align, and he was
Sentry Gun up as well for the last one, so they're all set up and ready now with Übercharge, with Sentry Gun, with the sniper as well to just make life hard for Se7en here.
Yeah, they're aware of the fun sniper right now. The lash is on Spy, checking no doubt. Yes, he is. Jumping back and forth to spawn like a madman. He's just kind of waiting. He's going to go put. So now he's going sniper himself now, in fact. He's going to see what he can get done. We see Connor on pipe, doing his thing, standing still. He's a medic.
With a sniper on the other side.
Yeah, but there's the lash. They don't want to open the shutter because Smeary's probably the first one to go down, in fact. He's going to move away, get sticks on the right side. We do have that level 2 sentry as well.
We also have a buff ban on Papi. It's not ready in build yet, but it is on the table and could potentially come into play. Midi crits are a little bit undervalued when it comes to the banners, but more damage is more damage, so Se7en needs to be careful about that.
Yeah, raw damage is raw damage, you're right about that, but right now, someone's going to do something. Looks like the Lash is up top right now looking for a pick. He's watching pipe.
But Swift just can't find an answer to this. Sure, Se7en is not like putting up too much aggression here either, so not like they have the most scared hold of all time, but the longer this takes, the more chances they let Se7en get here.
Yeah, there's Se7en have one map up, so they're probably nice and cautious right now. They don't really need to play dead aggressive. I might just honestly cast with that there because it's just smooth enough. Anyway, I'm on a tangent. And yesterday was corrected about Grumpy. But we see just kind of waiting. Oh, funds. Can he get a pick? Looking for Shutter right now. Can't Mike. Oh, Shutter closes, misses his shot and starts. Actually. Oh, the lash. Getting Pappy. Nice. That's a good
and the
pick.
play instantly by the soldier. Amps comes in, forces the Uber all on his own. Nobody there to deny him. Will fall for his troubles, but the damage has been done. Connor's Uber out of the picture. And Se7en surely just waiting for Amps to respawn before this push comes in.
Yeah, good stuff there, good stuff there. Fun's going on heavy now, knowing that they have Uber. No point in playing Sniper. They do have an ninja still, but the lash is back. Probably going to go back. I heard him go back to spot. Yeah, he was going back on scout. Keep it nice and safe. I mean, no need to run Sniper now.
Chris hiding as well in the upper area of second up there. Just hoping he can catch somebody, maybe get behind lines to try something as well, where the push comes in from the lower area onto the left side. Getting what they need here is the sentry gun for starters. Seeing if they can get some more. They stay on the left side, try to get as much space as they can for free. Slowly moving their way to the point, but Amps dies straight for Papi. Chris takes down Cadis as well. All explosive classes off the table, and with that, just no area denial whatsoever anymore.
Yeah, Samsey with the with the shotgun there. That was annoying. But it's Frontier Justice. That's balanced quick. Smiley face. Happy gamer. Anyway, we see them, they're now in mid. They have lost Uber, and they're at a disad, and they lost Tiger. So, looking good.
Yeah, SVIFT surely will have to move in here soon, otherwise Abiski is drawing in closer and closer to his Uber charge. The thing is, though, you really don't want to use in these situations because you just know the Se7en is aware enough to play so passive that it's unable for you to catch anyone with your own Uber charge here. So they play this really careful, just one by one, trickling in, denying more and more space out of the last few Se7en players left on mid to eventually be able to get corner in safely. Chris will lose his life trying to get a little bit more aggressive there.
Yeah, it looks like they played the cards right there and they backed off knowing that they were a slightly bit sad. Getting him.
With the jump once again.
Connor, 6 HP. That could be a drop. Oh, that's some sticky spots.
Amps jumps at the moment are doing a lot of work here. Once again, getting the force out of Connor. Se7en now with the advantage here. This time not waiting for their pocket to be back up, just pushing with 3 right now. Tiger starts delayed on that push, slowly making a move into mid. SVIFT is putting up a lot of pressure onto them, eventually enough to force out a disc Uber. The question is how many people Se7en can catch with this. Chris already taken down. Fun still taking a fight with Tiger. Tiger taking a lot of damage, backs out safely. Smither falls as well, that's 2 down already. Without a Demoman as well, it's a lot easier for Se7en to try to test second before the Ubers are even up for either side.
Yeah, you know there's going to be people in fall spawn, and as a soldier, should just, he's going to back spawn. He knows the meta there. He's good at it. Oh, he's still weak. Doesn't want to do it. Funds does go down, but he does get carry still. And he did trade frags there. Still in forward spawn.
Yeah, he's just trying to annoy them as much as he can, and it seems to work. He got a decent amount of damage. Oh. They can't just safely leave him alone, otherwise he will just walk in from behind and kill everything. And with Cadis going down, with Dark going down, they're getting afraid of the possibilities. But Connor dying in the midst of all of this, and everybody being weak as well, they can't stay here much longer.
Yeah, now that they've got like a nice about 85–90% Uber ad right now, they can just kind of get ready to walk in. They do have Fun's sniper, so they're going to try and get a med pick before anything else. Perhaps second right now, they're ready to probably come in a second now. Tess and Tiger do trade somewhere, I don't know where. Yeah, somewhere.
Well, the Uber ad is up. The question is, do Se7en want to wait here and let Connor get closer and closer, or are they just going to pop in with 5? Looks like that is what they're going to opt for.
Yes, it is. And they're going to be coming in. When he focuses the centre, stay away, don't see why not.
Maybe not quite straight away. It takes quite a while before it falls as the push comes in point. Have to play it a little bit, but not too much. Nothing that forces the stickies off. And SVIFT is controlling the space pretty well with the heavy, with the soldiers on the 5-7. Can't do much about it. They want this heavy badly. They get it in the end. At what cost? Bombs come in, doing so much damage, but Connor goes down as well. Stark, the last survivor of all of this, tries to pickaxe some people. Unsuccessfully so, and it started really well for SVIFT here, but in the end, the few casualties that happened might just cost them a lot later on.
Those soldier bombs are really, oh my, the damage they got off there, getting started, then getting carries, just good stuff there. It was a double soldier bomb, but still, they were getting out, picks nonetheless. Ubers are going to be even, round about like a few.
Yeah, but Connor not being able to get out of this one alive, denies them the ability to play this all the way into mid. Now they just have to settle with Yard for the moment on this even Uber situation, and it's still a tight scoreline. Nobody's really losing too much out of this, but Se7en have been looking so much more comfortable in these damage so far.
Yeah, why did my mono? Whoa, that's mad fly. Have you seen this shit? Have you seen this? But good quality smooth. Right. Oh, right. Oh, right. Anyway, that model was broke. Glad to see. Oh, TF2, one of the two. But it's good stalemate. Connor's just got to get Uber right now, in fact. I hope Se7en are counting their Ubers correctly. As maybe I'm like going for a sack. Knowing him, he's been doing well with these bombing ins, getting the forces. Good stuff coming from him today. We do see them.
Yeah, this time he's not getting through, so something's going slightly better for Swift than before here. But is that enough for the moment? They can't make any moves off of anything here. Cadis eventually dies in Garage here, makes some moves happen. Everybody goes so far forward on both sides. 3 people each going aggressive on Swift, trying to take as much space on mid away as they can. Sam comes in, people jumping forward. Swift wants something out of this. They need the force of the Disky to make something happen here, but the Disky is playing really far back, just protected by everybody, and they can't get closer to him. Eventually forced to back off here. Swift can't really stay much longer. Funds on 5 HP, just barely able to connect with people. Gets his arrow. 7 much more confident now that the numbers are back up, just forcing them out really confidently. And we're going back to the stalemate we just had.
Yeah, correction. I should have said my monitor's janky, not broke. As people came up concerned. It's mainly to do with how the game is smooth, and every time I tab, it's the only time I can actually look at the game.
Yeah, we're back to the stalemate, even Uber mid to second. Swift still on the slight disadvantage here, being the ones on second. Any slip up could cost them a lot quicker than for Se7en in their position on mid. Yeah, but at the same time, it is their map. They were more confident. Stark making some moves. Nice quick jump through choke. Won't be enough. Doesn't get far enough to corner. Playing really far back there.
Yeah, I also think with that attack, they're going to try and initiate something right off that. Happy as in mid already, but they're in choke. He's going to probably jump in right now, goes in for a jump. See if he can get a shot on his Disky. That's where we get it shut down by Am himself. And looks like Sag didn't really work out.
Yeah, not the greatest rocket by Papi Iva. Missed a few of those. He had a lot of opportunities with how high he jumped into that one. Question is, will Se7en take some more risk than saves now? They're spamming a lot more aggressively now that there's one player less, and Swift is going a little bit more passive off the back of that. But really, they don't want to take too many risks. They just keep on playing passive. They want to be the ones in control. They want to let Swift be the ones to mess up here.
Yeah, definitely do want to do that. And they do have a spy tower from Stark, and just checking if they have anything. And I need to check. They don't have anything right now. It's just kind of even everything. Stalemate. There's not even been a round on the board yet.
Yeah, unfortunately so, and I don't know, the longer the stalemate goes.
Did you see Starkey on Spy right now? He's walking in.
It doesn't even matter.
Oh my, what a shot. As you see them now, probably going to walk in.
That's just what I was about to say, the longer the stalemate goes, the more chances Swift is letting get to Se7en to make some stuff happen. Flash will eventually fall, but already got the one pick. They really were concerned about Stark on a Spy. It's a little bit of a liability here, but they might just be able to make it work anyway.
It should, and they're going to come in. The second not being capped is Cadis is going to nearly go down there. Doesn't hit the second rocket. Chris is weak himself. Good to try and get out. Doesn't he get the frag? The fun's going down right now.
Sentry is being built. Spy is up, so if he wants to have any impact, he needs to be able to deal with the demo man, maybe with the Sentry as well, to have some sort of presence on this. Fun being down helps quite a lot as well, so he's not completely a man down. They get the Sentry real quickly. Stark making his moves in the backline. Uber hand to pop for all of this as well. Get the demo man, no sticks on the point. Se7en just storms forward, half the point in the meantime, and that is 1-0 to Se7en.
Se7en finally get a round on the board. 17 minutes in.
Yeah, the Swift just never found their footing in the stalemate. They every once in a while tried, but they clearly weren't the one in control of the pace of the game there until like this happened here. And even with the Spy, eventually they just still made it work regardless. Just one nice shot away from getting that round in the end.
Yeah, maybe all along it's maybe Swift's map choice is true, which is guy, but we're in mid now, see how it goes. Both demos are at the low ground. And he's ready to take a fight. See how the soldiers go last mid. Well, the first mid, we see Am's going for a high bomb. As he's going to do it again. He's going to actually go and get a smear getting sent up in the air. Probably going to get shot down right now. Yeah, he's going to get taken out. But we've lost to a Disky getting bombed. Pappy going to get him. Good stuff there, but Connor going down himself. So it's just going to be a DM fight right now with the 2 scouts. It's only Samsey left alive. Cadis going down. And it's only Tiger, he's the last right now. Tiger the last, he's
Samsy staying alive for way too long, but he needs to contest two at the same time. Wins the one against Flash, takes the fight with Tiger, will lose out eventually here. Both medics going down on the mid fight as well. Means even Uber, but neither of them will have for the moment, and with this little DM fight in the end there, 7-1 in control for now.
Yep, man, it looks like they're going to be in control now. The Ubers are exactly about even right now. And Flash has just spawned.
Yeah, Se7en is playing once again a little bit more aggressive in Garage than Swift is wanting them to, and making some moves as well on the sidelines on the left side here, trying to make something happen. Won't get left behind. Chris and Papi body blocking the door from him, and with that, first play of the stalemate over already. Let's see if Swift has something in return for us.
Yeah, it looks like So and Amp's going down right now. And they're going to, oh, Soldier's coming in. Papi absolutely destroyed there. But
Chris is still to get some more shots of Adiski, serves it away. Chris will fall. Adiski barely getting on half HP with that one. And with 2 down, it's going to be sketchy. Swift clearly hard for us to do some moves here, considering now the double sag, which I haven't done before, not even on a process really. So time is getting to them right now. They are really not feeling too hard about these stalemates.
Yeah, they are, but so far it looks like they're kind of getting I found the issue.
Ooh, yeah, that is not a good FPS value.
That is not good. That's not good.
Well,
no, it's fine, but it's just weird. But yeah, it looks like could have been a stalemate. Ubers are even in each side. And they're just going to wait for someone who mucks up, but Chris is going to go down right now too with the lash. That is a pick, nonetheless. We do see Starkey try to clear the sticks away from Shutter. And maybe ready to go in right now. Take an exchange maybe, but everyone's holding up top and second. So
they made it work once off of a single pick. Got some good amount of space here. Let's see if they can do it again. So far, not too much aggression comes in until eventually Uber popped just around the corner over the point, taking the exchange, trying to get empty behind. Won't stay alive for that one though, so everybody just backs out really quickly. Slightly better Uber for Connor, but one casualty it will be at the end.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be taking this fight. We do see Flash onto funds right now, it doesn't matter. Soldier's going to come in.
Just taking the PM fight. Connor already fell. They're trying the hardest to make something happen here. Adiski hits a really nice arrow as well, but he's so weak. Chris beefs the rocket. Can he hit the last one? He can. Indeed, Adiski will fall at the cost of a full wipe on Swift.
It doesn't matter. Starkey's going in. He's going to get the cap. There's 3 seconds at the point. Can he deny him? There's going to be 3 spawns, and they are going to spawn. It doesn't matter. That's another round. 2-7.
And that's exactly what Se7en wants in these sort of situations. It took them a long time to get their round on the board, but now they are firmly in control. Every stalemate, every single second wasted of time here against Swift's favor is just going to make Se7en stronger and stronger as Swift is getting more desperate to make anything of sorts happen.
It looks like so far we're going to be rolling on and ready to take on a fight this mid. Maybe it won't be as weird as the last couple of minutes, but see how the Soldiers are doing once again. As you see them, we see Starkey high bomb. No, he's not going to go for a high bomb. We see Amp's going to go. He's going to wait a wee second. Going to gets the shot on the corner.
Best drag impression, just landing on the lamp, dropping down on the medic. Will get taken down, but without a medic and with already all of the players being fairly weak on Swift, it's going to be hard for them to do anything. They're having to be careful around their own fate, trying to take Adiski. Everybody tries to move in, and all of them denied one by one. Samsy, the only one left alive, will eventually fall to double scout aggression. Adiski being the sole match survivor of this midfield, huge advantage for them into last year.
And Connor, the only one left alive, or just spawned, sorry. Cadis goes down though, but he's going to get the same spawn as everyone else. And yeah, they're going to go straight in second.
The question is, will they go straight into last? Cadis is not quite here yet. They could do it without him. I'd be surprised if they did. I feel like they would wait a bit, which gives Swift a little bit of time to set something up here. Maybe not enough to get anywhere close to having Uber, but Sentry has time to try to land a shot. Smith can get his sticks ready. Franz can build a sentry as much as they can. It's not much of a defense, but it is as much as they will get here.
Yeah, see ready right now as Uber's knocking out. Soldier's going to come in. Sentry gun goes out. Papi going down. Starkey going to clean up, but there's a stick going on Adiski. There's a heavy now on the left side. They're going to deal with him first. Lash is going fun straight away. Really weak. Doesn't Connor's shot, but there's still a sniper. They're going to do that. Med goes down. Smear going down. It does mass. Another round 2-7.
Yeah, it took them forever to get in control of this game, but now everything is going right. They figured out what they need to do on mid. They figured out what they need to do on last, and everything's going out as we see a pause, which I believe would be one called by SVIFT, and it is indeed called by Smither.
But Se7en, I looks like they're going to take a nice wee tack pause, go at Hall.
Yeah, for sure. That
slapping the
makes
wrist.
a lot of sense.
Only like, you know.
It was going maybe not well at the beginning, but it was at least a lot better before any of these like 2 last rounds here came to be really, really quickly in succession.
Excuse production if you're tired, I understand. Me too.
It's going to be tough. They're clearly taking a pause just to figure out what they need to do here. Mids being a big factor as well. Being able to win those just put you on such a better start.
2 seconds. Quick cast wrestlers like this.
It's going to be tough for them. Smither clearly had something in mind there when he called the pause, not just to kill Se7en's momentum, which, I mean, Se7en don't need momentum. They can just kill yours and then they're happy again.
Yeah, it's true, but, you know, like, the pause probably needs to, they need to go over the tactics. Are kind of a wee bit messy sometimes. It's me probably just saying, like, hey, I'm main caller now. You know, like.
Yeah, that has been an issue for the map, and for sure that needs to happen.
Like, there might be too many big voices in the team. You know, the Connor might be
certainly are a few big voices in the team, for sure.
You got Funds, Connor, Se7en. You got all these Chris as well. You got these players.
Samsy for sure.
Sam, especially him, who he was the original main caller, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah.
But if Se7en's going to be there's going to be conflicts now because they've been with Samsy. But I don't know. I'm the crafting, but we're back on. And
let's see if the pause had anything at all. The things that have been going the worst were the mids, were the stammates, where Se7en just had the upper hand every single time.
Yeah, it looks like so, but they're ready to come in. Just kind of ready to take another fight, another mid, another day. You know, same stuff, see what happens. Starkey, maybe he'll do the same thing last game, or they're going to learn from it. But not really happened. Both teams kind of exchange a bit of spam. We do see Arms going in for that nice bomb right away. It's not a bomb, well, Starkey, sorry, going for the bomb. He's going to go down. We do see.
Straight onto Connor, will immediately find him as well. Both soldiers down, however, they need to be careful. And everybody aggressive onto them. SVIFT finding success here. They just need to stay alive now to secure this mid-win for last trades before he goes down for Se7en. Kate is the only one left alive. Nice jump by Papi in the end. Barely stays alive, but secures the kill onto Cadis. Effectively wiped. The soldiers are back up, but a mid-win for SVIFT.
It looks like that little pause really helped SVIFT.
Yeah, something certainly went right here on the mid fight. It's just what they can do from here, and sure they got Adiski, but Connor died at the same time, so they can't convert it quickly. And we see Smither once again on the quickie bomb launcher. So what happened at the end of the first map wasn't maybe just a little bit of trash time coming out, but actually some thinking behind that one.
Yeah, they're coming at a yard right now. They're just ready to. Actually, we do see Se7en. Oh, they're running crits this time.
Ooh,
they're running crits with the Lochel node and a quickie bomb launcher.
Yeah, the fastest projectiles you can possibly have on that moment. So
let's go, boys. Let's see what he does with Lochel node.
And he can deny sticks as well, which is necessary because you are not invulnerable with it. The Chris comes out. Can he land anything so far? Se7en is just playing far back enough to not run into any danger there.
They get out. That's good. They never took any damage, and if they did, very little.
And Se7en immediately on the move out as well, just trying to take the space back. They just lost, not letting them stay on second whatsoever, and the threat of the Uber is just too big to make SVIFT stay there at all.
Se7en are in their element right now, as they can probably just hold it and keep 5 minutes themselves, but they look like a lot of push. They're here for, they smell blood and water. They want to go in, get some frags, logs, or just another point in the round. Looks good no matter what, but we do see Pappy getting arms. But Chris is going to go down either way, but there are still down in 7 right now. Probably don't want to push out, probably just stay in yard. Keep it nice and
they have so little incentive to push right now. Sure, they have UA, but with players down as well, plus a 3-round lead on 5 minutes left, they just need to stop SVIFT from taking like any momentum back into this game in their own hands after this mid win.
Yeah, but it looks like they do have crits again. They're going to be wary of that in 7, especially Adiski, who can get absolutely sniped with the quickie bombs. Which is not what they want, but they're going to come in any second now. The crits has been
there
popped.
We go. Advanced Tiger quickly popped by Adiski as well to save himself and everybody else. What else can they do with it? So far they're just scaring SVIFT away. And SVIFT wanting to reach from the other side.
Oh, they're all collapsing another. Connor, Cade is getting the air shot. Smear going down as well. Pappy going to get started. But Cade is going to go down as well. With Funds, it's just going to be another scrap. But Adiski is still alive. He's probably out. He wanted to play safe. You know, his soldiers are weak. He could probably take a fight if he really wanted to. But Tiger is here, ready.
In the meantime, Chris and Amps just rotating past each other, and somehow Amps finds his way back to connect with his team in all of this messy fight there in the end, in the post-Uber recommit by SVIFT. was looking really sketchy, but in the end, it's pretty much a draw, if you can call it that even.
I think it's just a god.
Flash. Flash checking classes, went 5 more seconds to see what's going on. Chris, quick aggression, they have no choice. They need to play aggressive right now. They barely have the time left to make the comeback happen, but as so often in these moments, you just can't think about what is the right play anymore because you just don't have the time for them.
Yeah, they don't have the time at all. There's only 3 minutes left on the clock, and it's possible to get 3 rounds, but Swift are backing off, and Se7en are taking this mid. They're going to pop crits in. Can he get anything?
They're just all hiding at the corner, and a little bit of denial by Stark is enough to just not let them come in whatsoever.
Looks like the quick hit ball on the locker load weren't the choice they really wanted, but that's fine, no danger. We do see Cade is going in deep already, try to get some damage off. We do see Tiger getting Chris. There's a scout going drop in fact. It doesn't matter. Starker to get funds in the end there. They're going to be using it.
Connor like can do with Connor caught in it, and the only character here on Se7en, but they just keep on cleaning up everything. Papi, the last one alive, and he's just stuck in lunchbox right now.
Yeah, he's jumped, and Tiger's on point. He taunts. Classic Tiger right there for this whole land. That's GG.
Yeah, that's another bucket of chicken for Tiger and another round for Se7en.
Whoa, Se7en are going to the grand final.
Yeah, after a really close first map, even with the class switch, or maybe because of the class switch here on Granary, they are able to pull through a relatively convincingly slow start, but 4-0 scoreline, potentially able to get a 5th one on the board, especially with Smurl sticky jumping to mid.
Yeah, I was Smear getting up to. Can he hit the? He has the pipe and Cadis, can't follow, can he? Nah, doesn't matter. Feels bad, man. I want to see something. I thought he was going to drop the mid, wait a wee bit, but nah. There's just memeing now. Funds is on spy in mid. I think they're going to get Starky. It just looks like this is all for a laugh. You're done. This garbage time. You're in here for a laugh.
Yeah, Se7en might even be running away with the 5-0 here in this best of 3 series.
To be honest, that's probably what they want. No. Don't clap just yet.
Yeah, it's not quite over yet. Se7en still have the opportunity to get them around on the board. SVIFT is clearly letting them. SVIFT just having the time of his life, trying to just flank demo as much as he can. Funds on Soldier as well. And Chris is sniping, or Chris on Scout, well, Sandy is sniping unsuccessfully, so they're creating a lot of chaos, which, I mean, that's one way to try to combat Se7en's control style, but...
Yeah, it looks like Funds is on Soldier now. What's happening, man?
Connor offering generously 3 headshots or air shots on last as well.
That's what you call a... That's a real... That's nice.
That's really like European friendship here, just letting them warm up for a big game later.
Doesn't matter. It's a 5-0.
That it is, yeah.
Now you clap.
Se7en.
I sounded really bad there.
Yeah, Se7en taking a convincing second map over SVIFT after a shaky start on both the first map and at the beginning of this map as well. Really slow start, but 5-0 eventually just completely pulling through here on their map pick as well. Really dominating performance, and they need stuff like this going forward against Royotech waiting in the grand finals later.
They're going to need to learn how to play against Froyo's aggression, because they are, they can basically just pedal with the metal, then just go, nah, chief, we stall them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if Se7en can play anything like this in the grand finals, then it's going to be really tough for Royotech, but Royotech knowing to be able to break those sort of moments as well. And that's the kind of interesting thing I like about this grand finals matchup. Neither of those two teams can quite play the pace they want to. They force each other to play faster and slower respectively than they're comfortable with. And it will be interesting to see who will come out on top.
Also as well, sorry for acting like Jeb Bush asking you all to clap. I'm sorry. I'll clap myself.
Well, we have some people set up as well here with Grumpy Koi for some little interview time in between the games.
And another gamer. And another two other gamers.
Yeah. So it's over to them.
Welcome back to the Analysis Couch. I'm joined by 2 gentlemen, one we've seen already in the Ice Series and a face that a lot of you will recognize, but we haven't seen him much in this Ice Series. I'm joined by Epley and CJ. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Very good, yeah.
Pretty good, yeah, pretty good. Yeah, pretty convincing so-so display from Se7en, winning both maps pretty well, but just before the actual, before we actually sat down, I was speaking to you for a moment, Epley, and it was convincing, but is it really convincing enough against a team like when you're going up against a team like Froyo Tech?
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. Obviously, like, second map was a 5-0, but you've almost got to feel that after it was about 3-0, Swift were kind of just like, okay, we're done now, you know? Like, they knew their time in the tournament was coming to a close. They didn't have anything they thought they could do, so it was kind of just like, you know, fair enough. It kind of felt like they kind of threw in the towel. The first map was, like, a little bit closer, but, yeah, the thing you've got to keep in your head is, you know, as much as Swift are fantastic players, Froyo's on a completely different level to a team like Swift. And Se7en, yeah, they had a very convincing win, even, you know, on second map, swapping a Disky and Stark like we've seen previously in the tournament. But, yeah, I'm not 100% certain. I don't think, you know, just because they can pound a team like Swift and, you know, really dominate them in a server, that doesn't mean that's going to be enough to contest with a team like Froyo, because, yeah, they really are just a completely different, like, type of team, a completely different level than Swift.
What's your take on it so far, CJ? Just with that performance that you just witnessed.
Yeah, I echo what Epoli said. Really, I mean, I think Se7en came into this tournament already knowing that they can beat the likes of Swift. You know, we've seen an entire ETF12 season where they've played them regular season, upper bracket final, and they've played them in the grand final. So they know that they can beat Swift. If they came into this tournament and didn't beat them, that would be the biggest upset.
Yeah.
So they're already at that level where they know they should be beating Swift. So it shouldn't come as a surprise. So you'd think that the performance by now would be a lot more convincing, and they do need to have, you know, in the back of their minds, what did we do wrong here? Why wasn't it just, you know, 5-0, 5-0? And what do we need to do? There needs to be a step up for Froyo, because we saw that yesterday, that they, you know, they were a step behind.
Yeah, and the thing with Froyo is Froyo have a little bit of an advantage because they're all refreshed. None of them have actually had to play any games, so they've not had any of that stress. So they've just been sitting and watching, more than likely via the stream or something. So they've been able to suss out some of the things that Se7en are working. They've probably noticed that there's a few maps that Se7en aren't that comfortable in. They're going to try and work that whole pick ban situation to their advantage. So when we go into that game, I feel like Bunny's going to be sitting down and looking at all of these little things he can take away from Cadus and just not let him get any control of the game at all. So I feel like it is going to be a very big uphill battle for Se7en, and I feel like Froyo have a really good standing right now coming into this. And it's more based around how those little bits of changes that Cadus needs to do with his team and little mentality changes and just get them 100% focused is so important right now, because I imagine that Froyo are sitting down, they're feeling very confident, they're ready to do their job and they're ready to win this. And I feel like Se7en are wavering a bit right now. Not fully, but I feel like they're feeling the pressure. I can kind of see it in the matchup.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to take away from the Swift game is Se7en's ability to frag, you know, their ability to hit shots, their ability to focus fire, all of that kind of stuff, that's working, right? That's something which, you know, that game has proven they've got no problem. Like, they're warmed up with the actual playing side of things. What it doesn't tell you is what have they done since yesterday to counter-strat Froyo, right? This is the big thing they took away from that best of 3 yesterday. Froyo, you know, they had a really, really strong dominating performance on Gullywash. And what the, you know, was talking to Se7en guys last night, and they were saying, you know, the way they're going to focus about it is to deal with specifically that map, right? Gullywash, they know is a problem map, and they're going to specifically counter-strat. They know what they need to do to make things better. And it's going to be the same on Process as well. They didn't think they played particularly well on Process yesterday versus Froyo, but they're going to counter-strat. They're going to work with what they know of Froyo, how they know about how Froyo holds differently to a lot of the other European teams they've played. And like I said, you know, that Swift game doesn't really show that, and I think we're not actually going to know how well they've actually been able to employ that until, well, the first map of the Grand Finals.
I think one really important thing also is the playstyle difference between all of the regions. So with European, we have got the Crown style of play, and we do have a sort of cascade effect between all the teams that they like to play that style. Swift are a little different here and there, but predominantly everyone kind of is an offshoot of that style of play. And I feel like when you're going against a team like Froyo Tech that does play this aggressive, almost purely about the player advantages, the numbers available, whilst Se7en's game is all about uber advantages. That's generally how it's played. So trying to adjust to that and seeing how how, like you said, the Froyo hold is really, really important, because if they're not able to adjust, like they did a really good adjustment when they got that shot through sewer. You could tell that they were thinking outside the box. They were looking for different things. They caught them out with some spy plays. But I feel like they now know they've used them. those surprises are not surprises anymore. They're something that Froyo are going to try and adapt to.
I think that wasn't the issue yesterday, and I don't think it was something that we've seen an issue with Se7en at all. Like, they get these advantages. They'll send in, you know, a Disky, they'll send in AMS, or, you know, someone will make a play. The flash on Sniper is something we've seen consistently throughout, you know, the tournament, that he can make these differences, and they get the Uber advantages. I feel the problem yesterday against Froyo was when they had an Uber advantage, like you say, Froyo like to play by the numbers, and even if you send in a Disky, you get that force. Froyo are going to take their 6 players, and they may have Uber disadvantage, but they'll just plow into you. And if they demolish your flank on the basis that you've lost your Roma, then suddenly you're 4v6, and then suddenly you're 3v6, and then that's when Froyo's just start to steamroll, you know, and they just tank those heals and go forward. And it doesn't matter that they don't have the Uber. So that's something that Se7en need to work on. When they do get these Uber advantages, they play really disciplined, really methodically, and make sure they're in a position to make use of that advantage. Because there was a lot of opportunities yesterday where they could have got a round or 2, and, you know, they only lost 2-1 on process, wasn't it? So they could have easily have won that 3-2, 4-2 if they'd made those advantages count, which they didn't. So I think, like you said, that's probably something they've worked on and looked at. How do we hold on to these advantages and make them count?
Yeah. Just going back to this game, we'll just do a quick bit of post-log analysis. We've got some logs available, so we'll just whack them up on the stream. We'll go with the first match. We'll work on a chronological order. All right. So this is the process match. It was a little closer to begin with, and then I felt like Se7en kind of started rolling away with it. But looking at damage, we actually see Thalash top damaging on this.
Yeah, so I think obviously Protest is a really, really strong scout map. We saw a lot of we saw some good sniping from Thalash that game anyway, but I think like these logs, it shows more the play style of Se7en more than anything. You know, people have said for a while, you know, ever since kind of Tiger joined Se7en, you know, oh, when Se7en gonna kind of let Tiger off the chain? When they gonna let him kind of just go crazy? And he said it himself. It's not really a case of when are they gonna let him go. He has times where he can go off and do whatever he wants, but ultimately he plays a distinct role within Se7en. So in a game like this, you know, people look and they say, oh, you know, is Tiger underperforming? Is he not going to be like showing up today? Well, in a game where you're winning, you're constantly playing ahead. It's more important that a player like Tiger will play his role rather than, you know, try and go for like fancy picks and plays, whatever. You know, it's that big difference between playing aggressive when you've got an advantage and playing aggressive when you've got a disadvantage. You know, there's obviously one which is much more beneficial than the other. But so to look on the side of SVIFT, we already saw kind of some little issues with their soldiers when they played Or Electro earlier in the first game. It seemed they did tend to be a little bit kind of not quite coordinated with the combos. Sometimes they'd stray a little bit far, or kind of, you know, Condog wouldn't quite be able to heal them in the right kind of range. I think in this game they were much kind of closer. They were much more kind of cohesive as a unit than we saw against Or Electro. It was just more kind of, they found themselves hitting a bit more of a brick wall in the form of 7 scouts.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. Like, if we look at Thalash's stats as well, 29-8. Whilst watching the game, especially that process, he was abusing whatever sniper angle he could when he was on the class. We actually even saw Tiger pick up the sniper for a brief moment. He didn't manage to be as effective, but 7 headshots on Thalash. I felt like the Se7en playstyle was really important at just getting that control of the pace. Like, that's what Cadus wants all the time. Is as long as he's got that control of the pace, he can let his team do what they do best. And I felt like SVIFT were very, 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 very unlucky that they weren't able to get control at any point.
Well, yeah, I think it's obviously the way Se7en plays, they like to be in control. They like to have that, you know, kind of winning position and then like make the most out of it. And when you force a team to play from behind, they'll frequently get forced into making mistakes. And we saw that quite a bit. I mean, there's one time where Thalash is just standing there, fully scoped in, waiting for Conrad to walk through choke. 3 of his team walked through choke. All of them could have had an angle to check for Thalash on sniper. None of them do. Conrad walks through by himself, gets dropped with the easiest body shot of Thalash's life. And it's just like, that's just unnecessary. That's a mistake which, yeah, you know, Se7en are playing, waiting for a team to make a mistake, but, you know, that's a mistake that SVIFT will make, not a mistake that Froyo will make.
Yeah. And going forward with that, it's like, especially with the performance with the process game, if that gets picked again, something that's been very close we've seen, it's adjusting to that Froyo playstyle is, I think, the main thing we need to bring forward on this. Is Se7en beat SVIFT, Swift aren't to the caliber of Froyo Tech. They're making the mistakes. They aren't as drilled, they aren't as consistent, and they haven't been around as a team as long as Froyo. Like, Banning and Abib have really stuck together and really worked really hard. Even though they've got Cookie, Jake and Garbudo as new players, they're not strangers to Froyo Tech. They're not strangers to the players, especially Garbudo. He's been to lands with Froyo Tech before.
Yeah.
And Arik and Bunny, especially on the scouts, have been one of the most dominant scout combos in ESCA for a while now. So there's a lot of respect for them, and I think that's something the Se7en really need to think is how can we pick apart that team and like create, like, because of the way Se7en like to play, they need to create some sort of discord in Froyo Tech. That's their play style. They like to slow teams down with tactical pauses, with play styles if they're getting away from them. They like to kind of make other players get frustrated, and Froyo are very good at doing that as well. And I feel like, especially last game, Tiger kind of lost his cool a bit, and he was a bit of a weak link for Se7en in that regard. And I feel like going into this, Kada's got to be really watchful of his squad, making sure they're calm and they're ready and collected, and they're able to actually cause a lot of discomfort for Froyo Tech.
I think if you look at like Tiger's logs, they were really pointed out, 8 to 10. It's not what we saw yesterday in one of the games where he went 37 for 12 or whatever it was. But I think the fact that he only died 10 times, and you take a look at the players that are important on process for Se7en, Thalash dying 8 times, Starkey only 6, and Cadus and Tiger both only dying 10 times. They needed that discipline.
Yeah.
They need that thing where Adiski or Ams go in for those sacks and Tiger stays alive on the flank. And yesterday, people saying lost his cool maybe, but showing that if he stays disciplined like he did in this game, his logs don't reflect what he's done. Because he stayed in that role. He didn't go in for frags when he didn't need to. He stayed alive. So when those soldiers went in to try and get that advantage, he was alive to watch that flank. And nobody's going to really want to rush into Tiger. He's a beast on DM. No one's going to want to take a 1v1 him, even Banny or Arek. Yeah. So as long as he stays disciplined, I think that is something positive to take from this performance for him. If he takes it into Froyo and he plays exactly that way, then we're going to see a lot less of Arek getting in behind like he was yesterday, because that was a big problem for them, especially on Gullywash.
Yeah. If we just have a look at the medlogs quickly, one thing I do want to have a little chat about, and I think this is really important, not for the Se7en Swift matchup, but this is just to look at Se7en, is the deaths after Uber. Because that kind of gives you an idea of how the post-Uber fights are going for Se7en. Like, we want that number as low as possible, because that's something that, again, Froyo Tech are very good at dealing with. They will deal with an Uber, and then they'll start getting the number advantages. We've seen it before, like you mentioned, that because Se7en want to play off that Uber advantage so much, they'll lose players trying to force Ubers or get Uber exchange out. And then actually when it gets to the post-Uber fights, they can easily get cleaned up by experienced players that really want to force that. Like Froyo like forcing exchanges a lot. They like making things happen and making sure that as soon as that post-Uber fight starts, they've got a good chance to do it.
I think like one of the biggest things we've seen for Se7en over the past couple of years is the amazing medics that they've had played for them. Raymond was such a huge part of the fact that Crown's winning I-58 and Se7en winning I-61. He was absolutely insane in staying alive in situations where realistically he shouldn't have stayed alive. So deaths within 20 seconds after Uber, there was 2 for each side there, and I think that was a huge thing that happened on process specifically. Gullywash was more to do with the middles, but process yesterday against Froyo Tech. The fact is, in ETF2L and against other European teams, Se7en, if there is that element of chaos, they can. That is the moment where Tiger gets unleashed. Yeah. That is when he can just go around and he just frags. Yeah. And that's what they can do, because no disrespect to any other European teams, but they have that raw DM potential against other teams. But when you're coming up against the likes of Banny, of Arek, of Habib, in that chaos as well, they can enjoy the frags as well. So it's something they have to try and keep Starkey alive like they used to do with Raymond. Yeah.
Just quickly, let's grab your point. Do you have any point to say on that thought process at all, Weepley?
I kind of agree with CJ with kind of most of it. I think it's difficult to gain too much from these kind of statistics comparing directly to Froyo, but I don't think we're seeing like an I-58 era of Froyo where they just go for like hard trades a lot more. I don't think Froyo is as keen as they were at a certain point in terms of just like, you know, trading Ubers like to get Ubers out of the way. But it does seem to be the way that if things end up in like a bit of a messy Uber situation, it does tend to be that Froyo, like, they're just so quick to deal with their positioning. We've seen stuff before of like if there's an Uber trade, like Froyo will either, you know, like they'll have the perfect timing in terms of their just movement around the map to repush a different door or just the same door, or like, I don't know, just Habib is so quick in terms of making that call, or at least, you know, he appears to be leading his team, and it isn't that Seven's necessarily not as good as that. It just seems to be that so far in the tournament, Froyo's kind of put it to kind of better use.
Yeah. So we are going to be moving on to the next map, just having a quick look at that. So again, one problem with this is these are 5-0 logs. So
yeah, exactly.
There isn't a huge amount we can glean. We're just trying to glean the best we can for the next matchup, because I think that's the real important thing looming over our head. But we do see AMS picking up 8,000 damage, 288 DPM. Good solid game from him, especially on something like Granary. You're gonna see good pocket numbers, just because of the way that's played, and it's something we've always known older Se7en to be very good at. Is you sort of the Granary and Gully Wash were the two maps that we've seen a lot of Se7en, you know, just do really well, especially back in the Captain and Drac days. That soldier presence, and especially those soldier bombs on mid, are so key to sort of rolling things forward for Se7en when they're starting things off, and then they do the classic park the bus. They get a really nice start, they'll get a couple of rounds advantage, and then they'll park the bus. They'll relax sort of on a second yard to garage hold and not have to like really do much. They just waste time at that point.
Yeah, well,
not waste time, but you know, fiddle out time.
I agree. They you know, the best that we've said for seasons and seasons, the best thing for Se7en to do is to get an early round advantage. And yeah, they do tend to, unless there's a real opportunity to just kind of momentum forward. You know, Se7en doesn't like to throw away momentum, but if there's not a direct, real easy opportunity, they're perfectly happy to slow it down as long as they've got a plan. This is a difference between, I think, Se7en and a lot of other European teams right now. It is that when they're slowing things down, they will almost always have some kind of plan. And the plan will be more than just jump a guy in and hope for the best, right?
Yeah.
There will be some kind of support given, right? Not just, you know, not even just a case of, oh yeah, we'll send like a fake jump and then like the real jump. It'll be either spam going with the bomb, or it'll be some kind of distraction made for, like, you know, someone else to come in, like a soldier jumping in, like a scout kind of, you know, moving through the flank, whatever. Something else will be done to try and create some kind of advantage. Again, yesterday, when Se7en would try and do this, Fro would be really, really good at picking up on it. But I think Se7en made more than their fair share of mistakes in setting those up. So they kind of almost like telegraphed it a little bit more, and I think they may have like kind of panicked a little bit, right? It isn't as good as we've seen Se7en playing before, and there's no reason why, you know, like I said, their ability to hit shots and make frags is more than clear based on this game. Their ability to kind of understand the core fundamentals of Granary is solid. It's, you know, it's just ultimately dealing with, creating an advantage from Froyo.
Yeah, so we'll move on to the med logs, just kind of have a quick look at this. Not too much huge advantage for a D-ski, but again, that's actually something I want to just bring up. Not necessarily the logs, but the roster swapping within Se7en as in their position. So when we go on to Granary or Snakewater, we see a D-ski actually go onto the medic role and Starkey go onto the Roma role. Now, that's something that I find very interesting, and I don't fully understand their ideology around that. Like, Starkey is a fantastic player, and he can play the Roma role really, really consistently. But I feel like Starkey has done such a good performance on med so far this LAN that I don't necessarily feel like a D-ski needs to go on that med role for these. I feel like Starkey is confident and strong enough to play that, and it just feels a bit like changing your assets around a bit unnecessarily, personally.
I would say it's less of looking at it from the medic point of view and more looking at it from the Roma point of view. I would say, I don't know personally, I mean, maybe ePlay has more insight, but I would think that it's Starkey saying, on these maps, I know what I'm doing on Roma. I have got huge plays, I can make the plays, put me on Roma. And maybe a Disky saying, sure, you know, every other map, that's cool, but those maps you feel super confident in Roma, then I'm happy playing Medic. And clearly it's something we saw yesterday, and it was actually something we talked about with Eeply, and he said, yeah, Starkey Citadel last to spec, but clearly it's not, you know, a meme, it's not a joke, it wasn't just them, you know, trying to get a bit more practice. It was clearly a strat that they have in mind, and I think Starkey thinks that maybe he can make the plays on those maps. We've seen similar things from both of them. We saw a Disky yesterday with some big backstabs on the Roma, and then today we saw Starkey making the plays on Spy as well, and doing some, you know, crazy jumps on Granary. So I think maybe it's from that point of view. I do wonder if they come up against Froyo, whether if they play them on these maps, if they play them on Granary, is that how they're going to line up, or are they going to feel more comfortable sticking with the same lineup that they played in the first map if they play a different map first? So it is something to consider, but we won't know until we see it.
Yeah, it's almost like half of it seems like a very good tactical decision, but the other half seems like Starkey just wants to have fun playing during these segments where they know they can win, and it may just be the same default loadout that we've kind of expected from them. When it actually comes to Froyo Tech, it's just kind of letting Starkey have a bit of fun, get it out of the system, and then bring it forwards.
Yeah, I think so importantly, there's no way in the world that Se7en are just sitting there being like, yeah, whatever, you know, we don't care, right? There's no way they're going to go into the grand finals doing anything other than wanting to win every single map. Yeah. Right? That's like, you know, that's obvious at this point. I think in a position where you've got Stark and you've got a Disky, they're both fantastically talented on multiple classes. I think there's a lot of reasons why you might want to do this. If it genuinely doesn't harm your team to any significant degree, then making that switch, it's a tiny little thing, but like when you get used to playing against a certain player, you read exactly how he plays, right? So you can get used to how a Disky plays Soldier. Stark may fulfill the same role and do the same kind of thing which is necessary, but if you then suddenly have that kind of a player, the intricacies of exactly how Stark plays is just that much different enough to make a significant kind of difference when you then take those, you know, random 1v1s, or you then try and deal with, you know, any kind of sack or force attempts.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We are having a bit of a technical issues at the moment, so just bear with us. But yeah, no, I think it's a really good idea to kind of. I do apologize. I'm going to yell a bit just so my co-couch people can hear me. But effectively, I think it's really important just to make sure that we have the best Se7en possible on these maps. And when it comes into the pick ban situation, we have everything working again. With the pick ban situation, then we'll be able to kind of see what the mentality is for both teams and how they're going to go forwards. Froyo are going to be a completely different beast to everything that kind of Se7en have faced today. And I feel like Froyo are very confident. I feel like they know how they're going to face Se7en. So it's all down to kind of how Se7en are going to go against this behemoth that is the NA team currently at this I-Series. But what we're going to do from here is we're going to go to a next segment. Okay, so we're going to go to a VT. We're all going to chill out, get ready, and we're going to get everything set up for the next part of the event, and then eventually we're going to have our Battle of the Titans, Europe versus NA. It'll be amazing. So thank you very much, Eeply. Thank you very much, CJ. And we will see you after this short little ad. Or VT. VT.